Hey guys, it's Shaved Baseball Gamer here, and today I'm going to have episode 5 of Sniper Tips. And today we're going to be going over a little more in detail of what I went over in the last episode in a way, and also how you want to treat long-range situations. When should you zoom in? When should you just check your surroundings? Things like that. So you get a little bit of recap. In the last episode, we talked about when you come up in more of a close quarter situation with a sniper rifle, saying there's guys pushing up right over that hallway or that highway, instead of coming up here and zooming in and peeking like an infantryman and having to correct back and forth depending on where the guys are. Instead of having to do that, just coming up without zooming in and get your peek as soon as you see the guys zooming in and taking the shot is what we talked about last one. Now, what do you do when you're taking more of a long range shot? Should you be, let's say you're on this highway here, okay? And you're trying to pull off a pretty far shot. Let's say you're trying to pull off a shot all the way to that tree, let's say. Let's say there's a guy standing there at the bottom of the tree. I see a lot of people, let's say your team doesn't have Alpha and you guys don't have Delta. You guys only have Echo is the only point you have on the map. For example, if you zoom in like this, do a hard scope, you're exposing to yourself anything you can't see in that scope for that designated amount of time. Which obviously sometimes you're going to have to take that risk for a split second to zoom in and take your shot. But you never, when you're exposed to this many angles, you don't want to stay zoomed in for a very long period of time. You can stay zoomed in forever. Let's say you have a different scenario though. Let's say you guys have Alpha, Delta, Bravo. You have all the points, okay? And you know you're not going to get attacked from here because you just have a bunch of teammates. Let's say the only area you're focusing on right now is this room, and you come up to here. It's fine if you know that there a guy like just ducked his head around this wall, and you know he's going to peek in a second. There's no problem with just staying in here zoomed in. You know why? Because when he peeks his head, you're going to already have the advantage on him. And you don't have to worry about scope glint in that scenario because whoever's in that room are the only people that are able to see you, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And that's just how you guys need to approach that situation. And even if it's a close range situation, like that was a little more of a close range, close to mid range, you can still zoom in hard. You can even take a peek like that if you wanted to. I said you didn't want to in the last video, but you can in scenarios like this. This is why I'm creating this video, is to go over it in more depth. Is you can come up, let's say you're here behind this concrete, and you're coming up and you're peeking. You can peek as long as you put your crosshairs over the room before you zoom in. So in case you don't come over here and have to correct like this. I hope that helps you guys, and you can use that effectively, and we can go into a little more detail real quick about the long range shot. So again, here you don't want to expose yourself to that many angles. So when you're like this, you want to be swaying a little bit. Make sure that for the long range situations, make sure there's nobody on you or close to you. And your first priority should be scope glint. As soon as you don't see scope glint, then you go for bipod LMGs, and then you go for your infantrymen running around. I hope that helps you guys, and it can help you become a better recon. Just remember the key things. Don't stay zoomed in for a very long period of time when you want to, or if you're doing more of a long range shot. And don't come into a close quarter situation like this and peek when the guys could be coming out of a couple different angles. For example, back to our scenario from earlier, let's say you have guys coming from all the way through this hallway, okay? I'm going to count that as 3 angles, because as a sniper you can't, as an infantryman you can count that as 1 angle, but as a sniper you got to count that as 3 different angles you can be attacked from, basically, because you can't make those quick reactions. Like, even that's quick, but if you move that quick with a sniper rifle, your aim's going to be all thrown off and you're going to be all over the place. You have to count that as 3 different angles, and you have to be not zooming in, find the target you want to shoot at, and then shoot. And then for the close range situations where you know they're going to be coming from and you are not getting attacked from flanks, you can just zoom in already. And then for the last spot as a review, the long range sniper spot we were talking about, you go down long range. You do not want to stay zoomed in for a long period of time as long as there are people watching you. If there's not people watching, you could stay zoomed in forever if you want. If you have the area, if you're only being attacked from one angle. If you're being attacked from multiple angles that way, all you want to do basically is you want to keep strafing back and forth and do some zoom. See how many spots you can get off. Try to get as many spots off. And if you can't spot anything, or they're kind of just head glitching, you can't see them, just take a quick zoom in, get your surroundings, and back off. And that's how you guys need to treat the long range scenario. Hope this helps you guys. Please click that like and subscribe tab, and more videos coming soon. Please click that like and subscribe tab, and until next time guys, this is JP Baseball Gamer, out.